Hey guys, how you going? My name's Stefan today, or Agent Base, however you want to say it. But today, I'm bringing a new commentary, and it's a little talk about sorry about that, but computers really, PCs, how to get into gaming, how to get your own desktop and whatnot. So I don't know how it goes in other countries and whatnot, but I think in Australia, if you're looking for, a new, I don't know, if you're pretty easy going, unless you have a bit of a budget and you want to save some money, I reckon not everyone, but most people should go on Gumtree. Not eBay, because they usually sell new stuff, not really secondhand. Sometimes secondhand, but Gumtree is a really good way of finding bargains, and I can definitely agree with that, because I got my PC from Gumtree. It's like $400 or $450. I think it was 400 though. I think it was like 400. I don't remember paying 500 for it, but 400 is really cheap. If you don't know the specs, it was like an i5 2320 at 3 gigahertz quad core, 8 gigabyte of RAM, DDR3, and it had a GTX 960. So that was the main selling point for me, because it's like a decent graphics card for the time being when I did buy it, until the new generations of graphics cards came out. I only had did it have a hard disk drive? I don't think it did actually. I think it had nothing, but it had like all the main stuff in the power supply and a DVD burner or reader for discs. That's good for me because I don't mind installing games with discs. Yeah, that sounds so bad. Because it's much faster, and compared to my internet, that's another big issue of Australians. Our internet at the moment it's really slow. My upload's like 1 megabyte. If that, it's fucking slow. Like when I want to upload a 1 gigabyte video, I can definitely stay out of the wait like at least 2 hours or so. Like if I go to sleep early, like 9:30, 10, and I try to upload 3 videos, usually the third one is still uploaded when I wake up in the morning. I usually wake up like 6:30 or 7 maybe, and it still has like an hour or so left on it. So that's what's actually happened today. Videos still uploading, and it's not S&D gameplay. So yeah, so I'm just waiting on that. But yeah, a really good guide for finding a decent PC. Maybe just even if it's an older CPU, it doesn't really matter as much, because mine's really old compared to what's out now these days. But if it's a quad core, it's alright. It's decent. It has a 3 gigahertz clock. That's right. If it has 8 gigabyte of RAM, I reckon it's kind of a minimum if you're gonna try to look for. Unless it's 4 and it's like upgradable. Unless hassle is sometimes you can't find the same RAM. So when you're finding one, you might want to try to find an 8 gigabyte one or more. Stick around there, and at least. See, here's the other problem. It's either it has either a really shitty graphics card, or it doesn't, or it does, and it's actually alright. Some people want a lot of money for some PCs. Some people, main ones you want to try to find or hunt or prey on is ones that they want the money quickly. They're going overseas. They're doing something and they need it now. So that's the best type of people that try to I know it sounds bad me saying that, but still, it's like that's where you get your good prices, your bargains from. You can ask like, what's your best price, and then usually settle a deal. That's what I do when I want to buy stuff, and it's really quick and easy. Like I usually don't worry, like when I'm gonna upgrade my PC, I'll definitely buy the new parts and stuff like that, so I don't have to worry about it. Like for my PC for a long time, like I wouldn't bother upgrading it anymore after that. Maybe a GPU later on, but that's about it really. But after the upgrade of the CPU, it should be all good and fine, and I won't have to worry about it. But yeah, so it's either like my mate's one I can give for example. It was a i5 4000 generation, so it's a decent CPU, really good, better than mine. Actually found him a better deal than mine. It has Wi-Fi antennas, had fucking 8 gigabyte of RAM, it had like one SSD, 120 gigabytes, had 2 hard disk drives as well. That was pretty surprising. While mine didn't have any, so it was actually pretty decent for what I found. Just it needs a new SATA cable. So some little things like that won't cost you too much money to come in a way, but it's not a big deal, but issue really. Because comparing that, if you bought that PC back in the day when it first came out, not the PC, like all the parts and stuff, you're definitely looking like even budget PCs like quad-core CPUs, like I don't know, i5 4000 like his with 8 gig RAM, like a SSD and a hard disk drive, or maybe another one, and a GPU like a 960 or 860 or 760, whatever is like the main budget GPU back in that day or era, you're definitely looking at least $1,000, easy 1,000. Because like the CPU is always like a decent quad core is always sitting around $300. Motherboards, depending on how much you want to spend, sometimes they're 100, but I prefer to spend at least 200 to get something decent, has enough USB ports in the back. Little small things like that do matter when it comes to a motherboard, because a cheap one has a lot less features compared to a more expensive one, so that's another thing you take into account. But that sounds so fucking retarded. My motherboard, actually, back in the day, I looked it up, it cost me like $200, $300. Not me, the guy that bought it ages ago. And I was like, Jesus. So I actually bought like a really decent motherboard. I can tell because it has like so many USB things in the back. It has like a lot of features for a motherboard that was made probably like 10 years ago, maybe, or so. However old this Sandy Bridge is now these days. I know it's really ancient, but it's still a good decent CPU to start off with if you're looking for a budget build. So you don't always have to buy stuff brand new. Like I bought a lot of stuff second hand and it works fine. Like some people are a bit scared, like it might be a bit budgy or might not work. Sometimes like at this time people not then like fucking shaft you and sell budgy ass shit. Like, you know where they leave the contact number. Like, I'm sure I'm not going to do that. So it can happen when you buy stuff brand new. Like it could be good break, could be faulty, so you never know. It could be the same story. But like my phone, that's actually second hand. I didn't buy it brand new. Like I had cracks and stuff, so it's cheaper to buy a newer current phone with cracks than like a brand new one. Like I didn't feel like spending that much money. I know, like, why would you buy a phone with cracks? Because I've done it before with iPhones, and just go and repair them. It cost me like, it's not that expensive to repair the screen, and happy days I got a new phone, and it's much cheaper than buying one brand new, because some people just want to get rid of it straight away and go to the next thing, while some people like me at times want to just get something that goes alright and will last me for a while. And yeah, I fucking, waffle on about something else just then. But PCs, it's not hard finding. Actually, the PSU, your power supply should be at least 500 watts, 600. That's a minimum, really, I think. So you can, like, if you really want to go balls deep and get like a decent like GTX 1070 or 80 even, you can do that. But AMD GPUs do suck a lot more power, and actually the CPUs do suck much more power than Intel's. I don't know why. Like I think my one's like maybe total wattage is like 92 or something like that. It's a bit high, but these days the new ones are do like 60 to 70, so it's much better. Technology has come not a long way, but has moved along and gotten better. But yeah, it's just what I think some people should do before they go and buy out like a brand new PC. It might cost them $1,000 or more. Have a look on fucking Gumtree. Have a look. Like I'm seeing a guy selling for $500 i7-3960K. That's a 6-core CPU. It's only like $500-$600, and it had like alright GPU and stuff like that. It's a gaming PC. Like you can find bargains like that. You just gotta look around, really. And yeah, just sometimes you can find something cheaper. That's what I do. I like to shop around and see what's like available before I go like buy something brand new. But like for me to upgrade to a new CPU and stuff, I'll definitely buy that brand new, because it's a bit different. Most people don't sell like brand new stuff straight away on Gumtree. It's more for old stuff, or if someone wants to make some money, quick money. So yeah, that's a quick, easy guide I reckon that some people should do if they get into PC gaming. If they don't have heaps of money, but they got like going to be $1,000 or so, or maybe $800, $600. You can definitely find something. Like I found it was a bit of a drive though for my friend. Like I couldn't do it because I had work, and it was a bit chaotic for me to do that, and I have other stuff to buy because I've got things coming up. But a GTX 960, the guy's selling it for $100. Yeah, $100, and that fetches usually for if it was brand new, 300 easy, 350 depending on the model. But it was called a 1 millionth edition, so who knows how much that's probably worth between $300-$400. So just to buy that for $100, and this guy didn't really know how to price it, so it was great. It was a great fucking buy. It was cheap as fuck, and he was really lucky about that. And I actually turned the settings with a search at 250 kilometers, so yeah, it was about a 2-hour drive for him, but oh well, he gets to drive and get some experience driving, so that's alright. Yeah, it's positive both ways. But yeah, anyways, let you guys go. That's my little quick guide. If you want to have a look on Gumtree to find any bargains and stuff like that to get into PC games, it's not hard to get into it. I reckon PC recording and PC like YouTube gaming is like probably it might be easier. I reckon like it's not that hard to learn how to do it. If I can do it, you guys can do it. It's not hard. Just go online, research, do your research. Really, that's what I was doing like ages ago with PCs. That's why I know like the basics and like stuff like that. So I know like if I look at a CP or whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually alright for the money. And yeah, it's not hard. Just do some research and it's pretty easy. And some people will prefer brand new stuff, but it's up to you. I'm just giving you an option and some information. If you don't do that, if you don't do any shopping outside of secondhand stuff, my fucking voice is going chatty as. But I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy your day. Peace.